The first opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Caesars Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. They start the drive with Cook. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. They'll roll him out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1. But how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. On play action, it's Brady. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one covers 29 yards, first down. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
Play action. Now it's Brady. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
They run it again with Cook. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there, and I go right at him with another momentum play. I go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on 3rd down.
And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Cook is in. Touchdown, New Orleans. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run here with a rookie 2nd-round pick, Kenneth Walker. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. And they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on 3rd down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on 3rd down sometimes. It can pop big. In this case, it didn't.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 27. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. Well, this defense for the Buccaneers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
You talk about getting off to a hot start, a shutout right out of the gate. Think of the carryover headed into this one, the residue of that game. That means excellent practices, guys alert, ready to go. They'd love to hang a second one right here, right now.
From the gun on third down, Brady. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Cook up the gut. And some room to work. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 55 rushing yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
On first down, Brady. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. DK Metcalf, his second touchdown on the season. And the Saints have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Frank's throw taken in by Green here. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Green's first catch of the game. Good for a first down.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 5 yards will get him back to the original line of scrimmage, but now they're looking at 3rd and 10.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. It's Franks now from the shotgun. Hill diving, and he's got it full extension. What a catch. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year, and it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Walker. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Franks eluding the pressure right. This complete to David Bell. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 28. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Franks now to throw on first down. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Tyreek Hill, 28 yards. And the Buccaneers have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now Brady. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Brady. Touchdown, Saints. Jerry Jeudy, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores. First down throw. Here's Franks. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Noah Igbenogany. And the Saints are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
He'd been having a good day so far, but I think he got a little overzealous on that one. Still young in this league. Has to learn to try not to do too much on an individual play because, as we all know, sometimes less is more. And throwing away is preferable to making the big mistake.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Brady. That's caught by Howard. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Second and 9. Now Brady bounces forward on the jet sweep, and he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And some room to run now. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Noah Igbenogany. And the Saints are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. The CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Brady. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. For the Bucs and Saints, expected to possibly be the 2 to slug it out for the NFC South title in 2022. The Saints have had the Bucs number pretty much since the arrival of Tom Brady, at least in the regular season. They're 4-0 against Tampa Bay the last 2 seasons in the regular season. But remember, when Tampa won the Super Bowl, they did a fight for the football, and it's intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. So this a 2-possession ball game as we get back underway, set for the 3rd quarter. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Fourth down, Frank's going to throw for it. Being chased out left. He cannot wiggle free. They stop him at the line on fourth down. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. Down 2 scores. I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it. It didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play, and they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought were left in the game. And down 2 scores, they must have felt like they couldn't risk not taking a shot.
And a diving effort, but only right at the line of scrimmage. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. To throw, it's Brady. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On second and very short, Brady to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. Third down, here's a run by Cook. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Dalvin Cook with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints take a 3-touchdown lead. Elliott good on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
5 yards will get them back to the original line of scrimmage, but now they're looking at 3rd and 10. Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has not allowed them to run the football and establish.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Noah Igbenogany. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
That throw by Brady incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10. They'll try the middle with Cook, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Here's Brady. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. That one a 14-yard play, and it keeps this drive moving. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. Dalvin Cook with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Saints get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
And as we've talked to special teams coaches, that theme of being aggressive continues to come through, doesn't it? When they moved the kickoff back to the 35, it was going to cut down on the number of opportunities. But if you've got a special guy, you give him the green light no matter where he fields it in the end zone. And in this case, it paid off handsomely.
Well, he fielded it deep in the range of emotions. Maybe like, oh, no, don't. And then all of a sudden you see him break it, and you're like, yeah, way to go.
Yeah, sometimes you have to remind your head coach that he approved the green light for bringing it out from deep in the end zone, and that's exactly why he did.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Jennings, a receiver in motion right. Meanwhile, Brady's throw caught here by Metcalf. Touchdown, New Orleans. DK Metcalf. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And they will be backed up deep. Trouble here as they're going to start this drive at the 6.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. In motion, Hill. On 1st down, here's Franks. Flush to his right. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. Now the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. The Franks looking to throw. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try for the first with Walker. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. A big breakdown defensively there on the fake punt. Turns into a huge play and a 1st down. And I don't know what the method is to know when to dial up a fake punt, when not to. Whatever the method there, it worked for him.
I think you actually did explain it. There is no method. It's just a feel, a sense, and a healthy dose of guts in order to call that play in that situation.
Element of surprise, I guess, right?
Yeah, element of surprise.
And this is caught. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They give him a gain of 38.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
It's not easy playing the corner, is it? A lot of times you got to defend against the pass, but sometimes you have to play against the run. How about the job he did there, crashing inside to make that tackle for a loss?
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. That would give to the big fullback Jwhoppe. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Right back to Jwhoppe again. Yeah, boy, a good surge defensively. It'll depend on the mark, but I'm not sure he got there. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They'll run for it. It's Walker. And this is going to be nowhere close. Needed some inches and ended up losing yardage. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Saints able to come up with a goal line stand. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless, take care of the ball on the way out. Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
On 2nd down, Cook. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Throwing now is Brady. Flushed out right. And complete right side to Cook. And he's out right at the 25. 14 yards is the pickup. 1st down, New Orleans. They have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start. And pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the 4th quarter.
And that they have. And
Cook stripped. The ball's out. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Steps away. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken from about the 12. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not. And I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out. And you and I, let's get to the airport.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 93 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Brady going to throw here. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back Nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Here's Brady to throw. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Out to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. And they go play action with Franks. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Franks now. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. He's got it complete to Aguilar. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for New Orleans, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.